Hi, I'm Robin Carnahan. I'm the former Secretary of State of Missouri, and I'm a fellow in the fall of 2013 at the University of Chicago Institute of Politics. Politics to me means the art of self-government. And I grew up in a family that thought politics was actually a noble profession and something that you did when you wanted to make a difference in your community. So that's what I learned as a young person, and that's what I've tried to do during my career. My first memory in politics was helping my father when he ran for state senate in 1966, and I was a little girl in the back of the caravan for Carnahan with my red cowboy hat campaigning for Dad. But as I got a little bit older, we did something at my school. We tried to get a bond issue passed to get a new swimming pool in my town. And so the kids got together and we went door to door and encouraged everybody to vote for a new swimming pool for the town, and lo and behold they did, and we got a new swimming pool. And so to me, politics has always been about how you do things that help the community. I decided to become a fellow at the University of Chicago Institute of Politics because students today need to understand the realities of how things get done in the political world, not just the theory. There is a big difference between policy and practice, and that's one of the things that is exciting about being here, is having the folks who are going to be the next generation of leaders understand what mistakes we've made and how they can avoid those going forward. My seminar is called Democracy 2.0, How the Next Generation of Leaders Can Save a System in Crisis. Now, that might sound overdramatic, and maybe it's not a crisis, but I do think the next generation is going to have their hands full in figuring out how we use information technology and other kinds of new systems and communication tools to change how government works. So we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about the values that underlie our democracy now. We'll talk about what it takes to run for office and decisions about becoming a candidate. I've also done a lot of work overseas about encouraging democracy, and so we'll talk about what that means, what the role of the United States is in encouraging democracy around the world, and some of my experiences in observing elections in other countries. Look, the challenges that we face in politics today, we're seeing played out nationally in Washington. So I think we're going to have to do a couple of things. We're going to have practical leadership at the state and local level to get beyond the partisan bickering and just get things done. But also we're going to have citizens decide that they're going to demand more of government, to particularly demand more efficiencies and the use of technology and communications tools that we're using in the rest of our lives also apply to what government, our interactions with government. So that, I think, is a challenge, and I think is what students here are going to be able to help solve going forward.